Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book. We are currently working through the concluding parts of X-Manhunt, among other Marvel books. And so, let's kick things off with X-Force number 9. Where we left off, El Diablo had basically got rid of Sage, and Xavier had contacted Sage in the lead up to X-Manhunt. Whereas the rest of the team is, dealing with El Diablo and Colossus. So the issue opens with Sage and Xavier talking telepathically. But the fight with El Diablo is not exactly going well for the rest of X-Force. But Sage goes to one of her safe houses and they prepare for a meeting with Xavier. And apparently the masked figure that teleported him away at the end of X Factor was John Wraith. And she's instructed Wraith to teleport him to Mexico City. But she's apparently she got a access to one of the Thinker's toolboxes, but she gets in and with Xavier, the Egg, and Wraith. And for now, the toolbox is safe. But the fight continues with the rest of X-Force. Colossus taking on Tank. And El Diablo taunting Forge. But it turns out that, back with Xavier, it turns out that the Egg is to basically an egg to resurrect a non-mutant. Laundra, Xavier's late wife. So, he managed to do that. Laundra is brought up to speed, and they find a ship that should work, that Laundra can fly, and the rest of the issue focuses on the fight with El Diablo, and El Diablo states that while Forge was trying to make X-Force the solution to actually the problem, and it turns out that the solution is El Diablo and Colossus. And that is where the issue ends. Oh boy. Which brings us to our next book, directly, X-Manhunt, Omega. Kind of sort of ending the story. So, We got a little. First off, we have a flashback to shortly after the raid on Grey Malkin, with Rogue and Cyclops talking about their plans, and Cyclops insisting that it's best if Xavier stays in Grey Malkin, but nah, Rogue ain't have it. We also see glimpses of the Exceptional X-Men and X-Factor and X-Force, but we get a flashback to the destruction of the warship Agnew, which it's since been revealed that there was no one aboard the ship. It was empty, at least of living beings. But Storm finds Sage in Thundercloud, and in Mexico City, Quentin Quire is basically keeping Pyro and Cecilia Reyes busy. But it turns out that Laundra is doing some brain surgery on Xavier to basically stop the tumor. But Magic goes after the ship they're in, or that they actually think they're Laundra they're in. But Sage manages to get her attention, and the the Shi'ar ship shows up, and Xavier tries to talk to Scott. Then Storm gets involved, then the other X teams get involved. But basically, Xavier's leaving. He's retiring. And Cyclops kind of does not entirely take it well. Wolverine ends up having to stab him in the gut to kind of stab him out of it. But Laundra takes Xavier back to Earth, and some friends show up. Magneto, Kate, Storm, Emma, Forge, Warren, Kamala, Eric, or Max. But Xavier does say at one point that he never wanted to be a general. All he ever wanted to be was a professor. And he talks to everyone mentally. Basically saying, yeah, stop fighting among yourselves, help others, ask for help when it's needed. Emma, Emma calls Charles a complete and utter bastard, but tells him to go be happy, because he's earned it. And so, they head off. Everyone but Magic cries. Magic gets the in her eye. Shut up about it. And so, Xavier on his journey, however, will continue in Imperial this June. And that is where the issue ends. But this is not the end of X-Manhunt. There's still one book that hasn't been we haven't looked at yet. Exceptional X-Men #7. This is listed as being Collateral Damage. This is just a tie-in. Where we left off, Axo was Alejandro was had befriended Sheldon Xenos, the founder of Verate, a mysterious new app that promises to cure mutants if they submit their genetic information. Most of the team is skeptical, but Alejandro seems to have got for a bond with Xenos. So the issue opens with Emma reflecting on her stuff from her past. Including the schools, are always escapes from the world as it was for mutants. And they always seem to both in their phases. She's trying something different. But training right now is between Bronze and Melee. But it's pointed out that Alejandro's absent. He's working with Sheldon Xenos. And he opens up to Xenos a bit. And Alejandro asks if Sheldon's appearance comes up in meetings. It always does. But it doesn't matter because he's the boss. But he returns to the school, as it were. He's late, and Emma points out that he's lying about it. However, before things can, Bobby rushes in, though it's just as Alejandro's leaving, and he basically says that Xavier's escaped. They try to tell the Bronze and Melee about Xavier, but in basically not by saying he's done some bad things, but he's also our teacher. But meanwhile, Alejandro goes to Xenos and goes to Verite. Xenos is thinking that perhaps Sheldon's powers could be, or not Sheldon, but Alejandro's powers could be the missing link and kind of somewhat capturing truly replicating the human soul. But now Alejandro's getting a little uncomfortable with Xenos, and so Xenos reveals himself to be none other than Mr. Sinister. And that is where the issue ends. I don't know how I feel about the fact that it's X-Manhunt branded, but just like 2 pages dedicated to that particular storyline. But good issue otherwise. Anyways, overall, I dug X-Manhunt. It fit with how it ended. The fact that there was basically fighting between the various groups and all the tie-ins. So it was also quite nice to see some other forgotten mutants, such as John Wraith, Pastor John Wraith. Should be noted. But anyways, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.